changes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pony Talk podcast, Equestria Girls podcast, not just the regular Pony Talk. I am your host, Dashy101, and I am joined by Chris. Say hello to every pony.
What's up?
Alright, so, this is Chris's first time on the Pony Talk podcast, so it's going to be really awesome, and man, do we have an episode, really interesting episode today.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Now, pardon if you guys can hear a couple of vehicles outside. You know the whole jiff. So we got Mere Magic this time.
Mere Magic.
And this is the last, I believe, Equestria Girls episode or little short. So
Yep.
now I'm gonna be personally honest, and I know I've mentioned this a couple of times. As much as I do enjoy Equestria Girls, but I feel like they don't seem like they have any plot. But this series that have been going up have just been phenomenal. So I'm really impressed. I really like these.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They really are. They have been really good.
Really good. Like, okay, maybe not. The second one was decent, but the first and then the last one that we're discussing now, oh my god, blown away.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yep.
It was great.
Yep.
And Chris has his Sunset Shimmer. I don't have my plushies. They're over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the first time, it's been like 40 years since we've seen Sunset Shimmer like this.
Oh yes, and that was absolutely phenomenal.
Since the first...
No, you can go on.
Since the first movie we seen her, she was evil.
Yeah.
Now she's reformed. Now it's kind of weird she's acting out like this.
Oh yeah. This was definitely a weird episode, and oh my gosh, was it amazing. But we will get into the really exciting part once we start discussing it. So,
Okay.
in the beginning, well, we are introduced with Juniper. If you remember her
Yes.
from Movie Magic,
Yep.
we thought she was nice. No.
Yep.
Of course.
So, but nope.
Nope. So, Juniper's over here doing her new job, it looks like, I guess, at the cinema in the mall that we first seen the first Equestria Girls mini short. And this time, the girls, or the main six, pop up everywhere from their dance magic.
No, that's the main seven.
Or if you want to call them the main seven, sure, we could say main seven. But well, it was combined. It was the main seven and the Shadow Bolts girls.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was really good.
Yep.
But she sees this everywhere. She starts like, oh my god, what is up with these girls? And then she goes to this one booth, like glasses, and she puts on these like star glasses, kind of like what I have done right here, which I have some right here that I'm wearing. She puts on something, oh, I don't know why I have tape on it. Okay. Basically she puts on something quite similar to this. If I can get him on. There we go. And the dude's like, no, take those off. Those aren't your style.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but she finds a more interesting item. And interesting indeed. What did you say, Chris?
I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Even though it's a mirror, this mirror does more.
Oh yeah, because you did notice the remember what happened at the end of the fourth movie though, in the movie.
Yes, you're right.
The magical color auras that came out of nowhere, that came out of the foil, and starts going spreading around everywhere.
Yeah. But anyway, this time, it's not like the mirror that we were introduced into the first movie, but
Yeah.
it's a mirror. It still works
A real
sorta
mirror,
the
but
same
this
way.
time,
handheld.
this time it's filled with the magic coming from that usually came out of nowhere. It's into the mirror.
Yeah, this weird magic is everywhere, and we get a little bit talked about with that by Sunset, saying, "Oh yeah, we still have this weird magic thing going on." But anyway, Juniper's like, "Ooh, I like this mirror. I'll take it." Throws her money at the man, and she's off. And then the maid seven, we see them in the music studio talking, and Sunset Shimmer seems very concerned. But then again, when isn't Sunset Shimmer not concerned? But I guess they kind of like talk about with Sunset saying, "Hey, yo, what's up? We can tell something's wrong." So back to what I was saying, the maid six kind of negotiate with her saying, "Hey, something wrong," and Sunset's like, "I just don't know, this magic thing, it's kind of been weird." And then I think she wanted to like send something to Princess Twilight regarding to certain things. But then we go back to Juniper at the cinema, and she's now using this mirror to do cleanup work. She's lazy, basically. She commands the popcorn to go away with the mirror, which she looks ridiculous. Everyone is looking at her like she's lost her mind. And that scene was hilarious. I don't know about you, but
it was kind of though.
it was like, yeah, that definitely is an awkward moment right there. And we've had a lot of awkward moments in Equestria Girls, let me tell you. But this was one of those times, and I think this is where Sunset then goes into the magic portal. And this is the really good part, guys. We actually see Equestria this time. And the girls are like, "Are you really sure that you want to do this, Sunset?" And she's like, "It's my only chance. I need to talk with Twilight." Or I think she gives her a letter or something like that. I'm not really positively sure.
Yes, Sunset sent her a letter to come to Equestria.
Oh yeah, that's right. But anyway, she does so, and we see Starlight, oh my god, Sunset Shimmer as a pony again. But this time, she's reformed, as we were talking about in the beginning, guys. Yes, exactly like that. But anyway, we see Starlight there, doing her normal library routines, and she's like, "Oh, and Sunset's like, oh," because she just got thrown right out into the portal, into the book, saying, "Are you Princess Twilight?" And Starlight's like, "Nope, it's me." And she said, "Oh, you must be Twilight's prize pupil, or Twilight student." And she's like, "Yep." And she's like, "Oh, where's Twilight?" And she's like, "She's not here right now." But Starlight kind of is like looking at her like, "So, how is it back over there?" And Sunset Shimmer is like, it's pretty nice. It's weird. It's not the same as here on Equestria, or as Equestria is, but it's quite interesting." And Starlight's like, "Oh, that's cool. I got a question. Can I kind of like join you?" And Starlight gives this weird face that I cannot get out of my mind. It was really funny. And Sunset was like, "I'm not sure, Starlight. I don't know how Twilight would react to that." And she's like, "Oh, she'll be fine. She's doing her routines. She didn't say anything about not coming with you." And Sunset thinks about it and was like, "I guess you're right." So, into the portal.
We may see a doppelganger of Starlight, though.
We might, actually. But, this was really exciting, too. Not only did we see Sunset Shimmer return back to her pony form, but we get to see...
It was still funny, even though she's been gone from Equestria a long time, she still forgot about how being a pony is.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that I didn't know that they had that portal still in the library somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? But in the show, he wasn't even seeing it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't understand. And same thing goes with in the Equestria Girls mini shorts, which I believe in Movie Magic they first got them. I don't understand why the main 7 have these charms now. Where did those come from?
Yeah, they're elements of harmony.
Yeah, they're technically elements of harmony in their realm, but we know where the elements of harmony are. They're in the Tree of Harmony, because that's the only thing keeping it alive. Anyway, Starlight is now in the portal and transferred into where the Equestria Girls are, and Sunset's like, it might be weird at first, and we see what Starlight looks like. Oh my god.
She looks pretty adorable.
She does, and
That's the beanie on it,
yes, the beanie was really cool. And I wonder if Hasbro took this idea. I don't know, but I've had a little like controversy where I think Hasbro might be looking at fan-made designs and actually taking them and putting them in the show, which I don't mind them doing. But anyway, I really was interested into the torn jean, how she had the torn jeans and stuff. That was like a first that Hasbro did that, and I know someone made a fan art picture of Starlight like that. But it was very interesting seeing her like that. Starlight definitely looked interesting, and anyway, off with that. I was really just wow. It was blown. And Sunset's like, well, now you're gonna have to get used to the environment. And Starlight asks, what happened to my hoot? And she's like, those are feet. You have hands. Okay, just act normal. And she's like, oh, okay. And yup, the same Twilight scene that we saw. And I called it when I was like, she's gonna do the same exact thing as Twilight did from the first movie. Sure enough, but I was definitely laughing at that part, and I'm like, I think Starlight basically did that walk better than Twilight did.
Yeah, I think that was pretty better than Twilight.
Yeah, she was just hopping and just running, and then Sunset's like, no, can't have that. That's one of those weird things.
That's not how you do it.
It's not how you do it. You walk with your feet. So yeah. And Starlight's then like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this whole new thing. And Sunset kind of gives nod. But then we return back to the mall once again with Juniper. This time, the main 6. It's the main 6 this time. Sunset is along with Starlight at Canterlot High. But anyway, they run into Juniper doing her normal work extravagant, whatever you want to call it, doing her normal work day. And the main 6 like, Juniper, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh my god, it's you girls. She's like, what are you doing here? And they're like, same question here. What are you doing here? Well, ever since I got kicked off of the set for Daring Do, the Daring Do movie, my uncle placed me here to work at the mall at the cinema. And they're like, oh, yeah. Why? And they're still very confused. And Juniper's like, oh, I'm guessing you're assuming you're going to have a blast night playing and doing stuff while the movie's going on without me there. I would have been in there if you girls haven't shown up. And she goes into her crazy mood again, like she did in Movie Magic. This time, the Beast released. And, oh my gosh, she uses the mirror and says, I wish you girls went away, and they get sucked into the mirror. Great.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Something tells me this is not going to end well.
No. And sure enough, it did not.
And now the magic's like speaking to her body and now it's now possessing her.
Yeah. And she's very confused by this. She's like, oh my god, I never knew I could do that. Sweet. And she's starting to become more and more engraved in this mirror. She knows it's a power that she can use. So now she's getting revenge.
Yeah.
But a few seconds later, Starlight and Sunset are walking through the mall. Starlight's got this giant, like, 4-layered, 3-layered coat.
Triple scoop ice cream.
Yeah, triple scoop. I thought it was, she had 4 scoops, because I believe she dropped one, but,
No, I think it was 3.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was 3. I believe it was, like, Neapolitan. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
I don't think it was... No, I think they're different. They're different colors, though, but it's definitely not Neapolitan.
Yeah. It looks something close like that. It still looked delicious. It looked really delicious.
Yeah, but I never had a triple scoop ice cream before.
Neither have I, but I would probably be doing the same exact thing Starlight did, dropping the ice cream everywhere. But anyway, they're walking, looking for the girls, which they're nowhere to be seen. We know where they went, trapped in Juniper's mirror. But anyway, they don't know this, and they're talking. Oh, where did these girls go? I'm just worried about everything. And Starlight kind of talks with her, saying, you know, we should, like, maybe, I don't know, hang out, do stuff. And she's like, I could see something's troubling you. And she's like, this whole magic thing. She's like, I know how it works in Equestria for you, but here, in our world, it doesn't work the same. It's totally different, and I just can't stop thinking about it. And, she's like, and then Starlight's like, well, do you want to talk to me about it, or, and she's like, I'm good. Grabs out her journal in front of her, and she's like, or you could talk to Princess Twilight, because why not? And she loses one of her ice cream, and she's like, looking around like someone stole it, which was pretty funny. I like that. That was a cute little thing that they added. But she's over here writing along, and I think we return back to the mirror. The girls are like, what the heck is this? Where are we? And Pinkie Pie's over here doing her crazy thing, and I thought she was gonna break the 4th wall again.
Yeah.
But no.
Camera.
No, she's looking for walls, and literally, but there's no walls in this mirror. It's just all plain white, and nothing around. And the girls are like, oh, how are we going to get out of here, or anything like that. And they're just worrying, freaking out like they do. And then Rarity goes in her speech thing, and Rainbow's like, oh my god, just stop it. And they're like, oh, what about Sunset? She probably doesn't know we're missing. And Twilight was like, she'll probably start catching on once she finds that we're nowhere near around. And then I think it returns back to them, but this time they're walking close up to the cinema, and they see Juniper. And Sunset's like, quick, get behind here, and they hide behind the popcorn machine. Oh wait, you're right. I mean, it would have made sense if they were hiding behind a popcorn machine too. That was the cinema kind of thing. But there was a popcorn machine nearby, the claw machine thing. But anyway, they're hiding behind there, looking, just seeing what Juniper's doing. She's holding this mirror, and Sunset realizes Fluttershy's beret is right on her shirt right there. What is she doing with that? Okay, and she's like, why is she here too? Something's not right here, and I got a feeling she's the reason why the girls aren't answering or anything. And so it's like, who's that? I have no idea who Juniper is. And Starlight's like, I'll talk more about it later. And she goes over there, negotiates with her, and she's like, hello, Juniper. And she's like, oh, Starlight. She's like, how good is it to see you? Kind of.
No, it's Sunset.
Oh, yeah. Sunset. I get very confused. Sunset and Starlight, But, they both have the S's in their name.
And their last names they rhyme.
They do. Sunset, Starlight. Or, no, Glimmer, Sunset.
Shimmer.
Oh, Shimmer, Glimmer. Oh, yeah.
Glimmer.
Basically their whole name rhymes, and it's very confusing. Why, Hasbro, do you do this to us?
Yeah,
Nevertheless, I still love the characters dearly, as everyone else does, probably here on the podcast. I know you do. Chris,
Yep.
you have a Sunset plush. I have a Starlight figure, so that counts. But anyway, Sunset's over here. What did you do with my friends? And she's like, oh, you'll see. And she's like, no, where are they? She's like, I'm not telling you. And Sunset's like, you don't have to. Grabs her arm, uses her vision thing in her mind, and the first scene we see is her uncle kicking her out from the Daring Do play, saying, I don't want you here anymore, here's your new job. And she's like, but Dad, I just wanted to be Daring Do before those girls took it over and ruined everything.
Yeah, but just always, she's not that old enough to be her.
Nope. And just things get worse for her, and then we see the scene where the girls are sucked into the mirror, and Sunset was like, oh, I see what you did. And she's like, and you're not gonna get them back either. And then this is where that weird magic thing happens, where she starts turning into the demon, I believe.
Yeah, in her own demon form.
Oh my gosh. And that's what, remember when her like movie star self kept showing through the mirror? She potentially turned into that, but this time I think a little bit creepier.
Yeah, a little creepier.
And so
It's always happened in every movie, though. It's like, not all movies, not every movie gets rid of demons.
yeah. I swear, I don't know. Something about this whole demon thing. I mean, first, we had Sunset Shimmer turn into her demon self when she got the crown.
Yeah, and the sequel doesn't even have demons because of Dazzlings.
No, the Dazzlings do the whole thing, which I still think that movie's really good.
Yeah, the sequel was definitely the best one.
Yeah, the best one, and I saw that movie in theaters when they had it in local places, which was...
I couldn't find the second movie in my own theater.
Yeah, it wasn't variety spread like the My Little Pony movie is going to be. Yeah, I'm very hyped for that My Little Pony movie. That's gonna be good.
Yes.
But anyway, then we, friendship games, then Twilight, not the actual Twilight from Equestria, but the one in that dimension, the Sci-Twi, as I like to call her. And then, the fourth Equestria Girls movie, Camp Everfree, Legends of Everfree, Gloriosa, becomes that nature demon, which...
Guy Everfree?
Yep. And then, now, the Equestria Girls shorts, we see Juniper turned, and we don't have a name for this monster. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they'll come up with a name for it.
Yeah, they probably will, more than likely. Juniper Creepo right now. Anyway, she's over here, and she's like, now, time to finish you. Points the mirror at Sunset, gets rid of her, and she walks off, and she's got all these powers from the girls. All their magic is now being transported into her, and she's this, basically her dream demon, I guess you could say, walking off into this main portion of the mall, saying,
she's huge. Like,
oh my god,
really huge.
Like, she was really, really tall. Anyway, she's scaring all these people, and Starlight's like, okay, I need to steal that mirror away from her. We need to get her away from that thing. In her eyes, in going back to Juniper, her demon, she's thinking that these people are like, oh yeah, take pictures, she's the new movie star. But in everyone, they're just screaming. Chaos is spread everywhere. Oh my gosh, that scene, I was like, oh boy, what is Starlight going to save them once again? And sure enough, we see that happening. She steals the mirror from her, and Juniper, of course, asks for it back, which Starlight says no. Take back my friends first, and then I think the mirror gets cracked and destroyed. And this is where...
And that's what happened when inside the mirror... He's starting to break apart.
Exactly. And the mirror starts breaking apart inside, and the girls are still trapped, and they're like, oh boy, this is the end, isn't it? And they're like, no, Starlight's in there, she's going to do something, which she does. But every time the mirror drops, falls, it adds more cracks into it, which is not good. That's something you don't want.
7 years bad luck.
Yep. And very nice. Very nice. But anyway, they're fighting over, and then Starlight saying, you know, I used to be just like you, Juniper. I used to be evil. But you know what? We could forgive you, and you can change this all. All you need to do is release the girls. And she's like, why would they forgive me? I've done horrible things. And Starlight then relates herself, so have I, and so have some of those other girls. She's like, but you could become one of us, please. Set them free. They need your freedom. And of course, Juniper's like, alright, I'll do it. I wish I could make things come back to normal. And the mirror does as she commands, right at the last second too. And the girls are freed, and everything's back to normal, mostly. But anyway, she looks at her mirror. It's just basically broken. It's just a plain old regular mirror. And the girls are looking at her like, really? And she's like, okay, I made a huge mistake once again. I'm so sorry. I just got really jealous when you guys took over. And they're like, your apologies accepted. And this is where all lovesy-dubsy, we get all cutesy-weetsy in the episode. And they're all friends. They forgive each other, and then they talk about, so what do you mean by you girls used to do bad stuff? And then they explain us. Yep, her taking over the village and making everyone equal, which that wasn't a good thing. Then Twilight talking about her demon self in friendship games. Then
and then Sons of Shimmer, in the original movie.
Doing the same thing, but yeah, and then I think that was it. Yeah, that was it.
And then you didn't even mention about Gloriosa.
Oh yeah, well, Gloriosa wasn't really there, but it still would have been a thing if she was there. So then we return to Canterlot High. I could not think of it for some stupid reason. And the girls are over here just having fun, kind of doing their own thing. And Starlight and Sunset kind of talk, and they're like, so I guess you have to leave after all this. And Starlight's like, I wish I didn't have to. I had a lot of fun with you girls. She said, I wish I got to know you better. And she's like, yeah. And then she gets a message in Sunset's book, in her journal, from Princess Twilight. And she says, you know what? She can stay there for a couple more days. And everyone is excited, saying woohoo, and she's like, well, I guess that dream came true. And, yep, so it seems like Juniper is now reformed, so that was,
but I don't know if we'll see her, but I don't know if we'll ever see her in the future, though.
We probably will, more than likely. But yeah, after that, curtains close, credits show, and, that's the episode. Really good. Mere magic, wow.
It was definitely that's gotta be the top bet for my top favorite out of the three.
Yeah, I gotta say that too. It definitely would be Mirror Magic first.
First for me.
Dance Magic.
Okay,
Dance Magic would be second, and then third would be Movie Magic. So
okay, so for me is like number one is Mirror Magic, second is Movie Magic, and the third is Dance Magic.
So backwards this time.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. They're all really good shorts, guys, and I did not know this was like a thing happening, but then when I saw Dance Magic, I saw that there was a couple more episodes, and yeah. But
I heard they were going to release two more, like these two next. But I don't think they're actually real short. Like they're going to be like probably like 2 minutes of these.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you know those two videos that were released from Russia.
Yeah. I know what you talk about.
Yeah, those two from Russia. Those are going to come along, probably like in the DVD.
Yeah. More than likely, yeah. But yeah, a really good episode. This definitely had to be one of my most favorites. Seeing Starlight in a new form, in her Equestria Girl form, really awesome. And I know we're gonna see a lot of merchandise and fan art from that, because that was just the big thing. And it was nice seeing Sunset in her pony form once again. It's always nice seeing that. Yeah. I wonder if we're going to see Juniper, like you said, in upcoming Equestria Girl episodes or in the movie. I don't know. Yeah. But definitely I would like to see more of these Equestria Girl episodes. They're actually really cool.
I wish it would have been better if Hasbro released and tried and possibly do a TV series of this.
Yeah.
Now that'd be way better.
It'd be really cool. Hasbro did fool me a little bit with that April Fool's teaser with the Kyobar Crusaders, that like comic thing.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be a real thing, but no, that was a really good April Fool's.
No, that was really good. I like that.
I wasn't quite sure on that though when I saw the preview for that. I was like, I don't know. But then I realized, oh, it's an April Fool's. Haha, very funny. But yeah, I would not mind seeing more of these Equestria Girl episodes. Really good, fantastic. This Dance Magic, Movie Magic, and now Mirror Magic have been really good. And hopefully we see more in the future. But right now, guys, I think we're kind of at a pause right now, because I don't think we have any new episodes next week. I'm not sure.
So now season 7 is on hiatus.
Yeah. So that means Pony Talk is probably going. Huh? Oh, okay. So that means Pony Talk is probably going to be on a little pause too. Once the episodes start coming back, then Pony Talk, of course, will come back. But I think we're done with the Equestria Girls ones for now, unless they release more. But I'll be looking forward to that.
Yep.
But I think that wraps it up for our podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching, and Chris, amazing to have you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a really amazing pleasure.
Don't mention it.
All right. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this Pony Talk Equestria Girls podcast, make sure you give this podcast a thumbs up. Make sure you show Chris some love. Go subscribe to him. He makes pretty good content. So yeah, definitely give him your support. So until the next Pony Talk, which won't be till a while, we will see you. And if you are interested in joining Pony Talk, just comment down below saying you want to join, and I will set you up. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching this Pony Talk Equestria Girls podcast, and we will see you in the next Pony Talk, guys. Peace out. Bye!